I watch a lot of these YouTube videos, all of these other creators out there that put their stuff out. And when you have a bunch of talking head videos, a lot of times the one I see tend to be, they tend to seem like they're speaking off the cuff, really spontaneous. And the problem I found with spontaneity, with spontaneous videos, is they don't quite work for me. I need talking points or I need a script to follow in order to have a coherent conversation online. This is hard, like sitting in front of a camera and just speaking off the cuff. I think what makes it even harder for me is knowing that I have these intense individual conversations in my head all the time. And they make sense and they're coherent and they flow. But when I actually open my mouth to do it, it doesn't quite work the same. Lately, I've gotten busier doing I've got busier. And right now, where I'm spending my time, where I am focusing my energies is on my role as the person who organizes the All Instructor Symposium for the Junior Sailing Association of Long Island Sound. It's a committee that I've chaired for now, I think it's either the fourth or fifth year. We've had some ups and downs with how we've executed on it, but overall, I think we've done a really good job of trying to find very good content, very good information, lessons, talks, speakers, presenters who can teach useful and actionable materials, information to young sailing instructors. I say young because most of them are. There are some instructors that are older, but this is professional development work. And so regardless, it's for professional sailing instructors. I'm proud of the work we've done over the past 4 or 5 years. I want to make sure that we do an even better job this year. And so most of my time and energies over the last 2 weeks, especially since I've come back from the U.S. Sailing Leadership Forum, has been spent thinking about that endpoint, meaning the All Instructor Symposium, and the things that need to happen for it, and finding speakers and materials that will be both relevant, interesting. That's both, but it's more than that. Both relevant and interesting, but also engaging. I wanted to say entertaining. I don't think that's really what I want. I think entertaining can be a part of it. But what I really want is speakers and material that is presented in such a way that engages the imagination and the attention of the instructors that attend the symposium. So that's what I'm focused on right now. Later today, I'm going to be meeting with Jennifer G. I forget how to say her last name. She's with Tahe. And she is someone who is willing to help out both in appearing as a speaker or a presenter or somebody who's going to do actual boat demonstrations for the all-instructor symposium. There is another symposium conference for head instructors that is scheduled for a couple of weeks earlier. And I've asked her to also pitch me on doing something for that. And then she is also able to help out with creating some fun regattas. And I want to talk to her about that. And because I want her to talk about that, I'm bringing in my co-chair for the JSA. So I shouldn't say my co-chair, we're co-vice chairs of the JSA. There is a chair for the JSA. His name is Tim Clark. He's really good at what he does. And I would love Tim to stay on as chair next year. But it doesn't look like he's going to stay on. And so Henriette and I will have to step up next year. We'll see how that goes. In any case, I want to bring Henriette in on the conversation, especially the fun regattas, because Henriette is also our regatta chair. So that's my meeting for tomorrow. And then for Wednesday, I plan to meet with Melissa, I'm going to say her name wrong again, Gorczynski, from the Colorado Sailing Collective, I think it's what it's called, to talk to her about at least two things. One is her participating in the symposium as a speaker or presenter. The other is to talk to her about the success she's had using the Discord server that we built 2 years ago as a communication platform, a collaboration platform for different sailing organizations and within her own organization, how they use it for communication, resource sharing, best practice information dissemination, and other things. So that is something I really want to look into with her, and then have her do a presentation on how she's actually executed on that. So I'd like her to do a presentation to the JSA on that, because I would like to build something similar and get something similar employed at the JSA for the JSA's members. And when I say the members, I mean the member organizations and then the different stakeholder groups in that organization, in each of those organizations, and across organizations also. So I mentioned this to Henriette today, or earlier today. She was very excited about it. So, or at least the possibility of it. So my hope is that we'll be able to employ this and get that going. What else do I need to do? So that's what's happening. And of course, later today, I have my planning meeting for this week at Meteor.js. I have a rough idea about what we're going to talk about this week. I think we're going to talk about fact and fiction behind the use of these AI tools, and the scare that's being used of, and I'm not articulating this well right now, but there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt about the role these tools will play in software development and the likelihood that they will replace software developers themselves. My thesis is that it's going to be an augmenting tool that will help developers, but not necessarily replace them. Now, I think there's going to be organizations try to replace software developers with these tools, or at least use these tools to try to drive down the salaries that they pay for software developers. And I think that would be foolhardy, but we're going to see how this all plays out. So I still have to get my materials together that supports my thesis, my argument. I noticed that there was a recent discussion on the Primogens channel about this also. So I think, and I believe that what I watched and what I remember watching was that the thesis that I hold is the one that was shared in that video also. So I think I'm in good company in that thought. Again, I got to look at what I've bookmarked and what I put aside. So that's going to be some work today to get that done. My meeting is very early in the morning tomorrow for me. It's 11 a.m. our time, Eastern time. So I've got to make sure I'm awake, I'm shaved, I look presentable. I do want to color my hair. So we're going to see whether or not I get to that before my meetings tomorrow or today. Sorry, later today. So yeah, that's what I got going on right now. I don't have anything else spontaneous to say other than it's really late. I should be in bed already. But because I was trying to get a number of things done, including the thumbnail for this video, I didn't get to bed yet. So I'm going to do it now. I'd like to say goodnight. And I guess I'll watch this and see how much I've improved over the last time. Where my voice is it in my head? Is it in my chest? I think it's a little bit of both. Sometimes it goes into my head, sometimes it comes back down to my chest. I need to see, rather hear, how well I'm articulating and whether when I'm speaking, if my enunciation comes out in mumbles. Now, as I'm thinking about this, I am more conscious about my lip formation, and I may have to open my mouth wider to properly enunciate. I wasn't doing that before, or at least I wasn't thinking about it before. So that is something else I'm going to have to examine. Okay, that's it for now. I think my future check-ins, practices, whatever you might want to call it, are going to be a little more scripted. And the other thing I need to do is bring on using the deity microphone as part of this exercise. I still have to see how I can use the deity microphone with, I did figure that out. Yes. So I just need to use the proper plug with these jacks so that I can use the microphone separately. So right now I am using my Chromebook. I am using the Chromebook microphone. I have no idea how good or how bad this sounds right now, but I guess we'll see. All right, I'm going to call it a night. Okay? Ciao. Did that work? No, that didn't work either. Boy. So the keyboard shortcut that I use on the MacBook Pro is not the same keyboard shortcut that I get to use on the Chromebook.